Hey, this is Beth Tuttle from BethTuttle.com. In today's video, I wanted to share a story with you that really made a big impact on my life. It's the story of a white tiger named Mohini, who was given to President Eisenhower in the 60s as a gift. So she was put in the National Zoo in Washington, D.C., and was living in a typical cage at that time, which was a 12 by 12 foot cage with a cement floor and the iron bars. So this is where she spent the majority of her life, and all she did on a daily basis was pace that 12 by 12 foot cage in a figure eight, rubbing up against those bars. And she did that for years, and eventually the zoo came up with enough money to build this beautiful sanctuary for her that would mimic her environment. There was grass and rolling hills and ponds, trees. It was beautiful. So when the time came to release Mohini into her new habitat, several people gathered, the media included, to see what her response would be. So when they opened those doors and let Mohini into her sanctuary, she looked around and ran right to the corner of the sanctuary, and in her mind mapped out a 12 by 12 foot area and just started pacing that area in a figure eight back and forth. And she did this until she ran the grass right down to dirt. And this is what she did until the day she died. I know this is kind of a sad story, but it just gives you an example of classic conditioning or just staying in your comfort zone. Mohini spent the majority of her life in this 12 by 12 foot cage. So that's what was safe to her. That's what she knew. So I'm sure as she looked out into, over the rolling hills and at the water and the trees, there was part of her that wanted to go experience that and check that out. But fear kept her where she was. She knew if she stayed in that area, she would be safe. And I think of how many of us have set up emotional cages, imaginary cages in our minds through the years. And we do this because of that inner voice that's in our head that tells us we're not capable of something, or we don't have the means to do something, or the knowledge, or whatever it is. But that inner voice is a constant critic telling us that we're not good enough or we don't deserve it. And that keeps us limited. That keeps us from really enjoying the freedom that each one of us deserves, to go out there and figure out what it is that will bring us joy in our lives. We keep ourselves stuck in these cages. And the thing is, all of these voices that are going in our head, all these limitations that we put on ourselves, are actually not our limitations. They're belief systems that we downloaded from our childhood. They're beliefs that we've gotten from our parents, society, school, our peers. Most of the beliefs are not even ours. So the belief system that we're running on, we have to really get true with ourselves and figure out what those are. What is it that's keeping us stuck in those imaginary cages? And once we can acknowledge those, there are so many tools out there now that can help you really basically rewire your brain and get rid of those beliefs and break down those bars. So I hope that you found this video interesting. I hope it'll make you think of, what cage are you in right now? What's holding you back from living a life that you truly love, that's happy, abundant, and healthy? I love any comments below. And if you want more tools and tips that will help you to get past those beliefs, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can head over to my website at BethTuttle.com. And if you're following me on a 30-day video challenge I'm doing, I'll be doing several other videos giving you tips and ideas to help you get rid of those beliefs that are holding you back. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.